Hi, everyone. We're live. We don't want to pay.
I'm not an enterprise. Stop.
I don't know if I pay for Notion. Probably not.
What it wants us to do is pay. I'm willing to compromise on to not pay.
We're patient. We're just
Yeah.
poor.
Don't you dare show me a subscription.
It should be free.
Create free account. Love to see that.
Paying for SaaS, which is tragic.
We are so stingy.
What happens if I don't pay it anymore? Does it just disappear? Welcome back to Chaos. This is our first Chaos challenge that we're doing with ChatGPT. We're very big on AI and playing with it and trying to optimize as much of co-creation as possible. So we're going to co-write an article with ChatGPT, the three of us, in 20 minutes. We do need to figure out storage for ourselves for Chaos. So this is a necessary step, but we also decided to make it a challenge. And we'd also really like to inspire more people to, well, play with AI because it's very useful, and also to create more. So we'll continue this challenge into more. We want to make it seem more approachable, but we're also continuing this challenge and incentivizing more of this creation. So we're going to give away some NFTs for people who co-create, but more details about that later.
And in the meantime, there are 6 people watching this on Twitter right now, which is crazy. Another thing that we're learning right now is this is our first time live streaming. We've tried unsuccessfully 3 times, I think. So this is the first time that we're able to do it for real.
Yeah, because it turns out you cannot actually live stream directly from YouTube, which took us about half an hour to discover last week. By the way, yes, so this is our first actual legit live stream. It's so exciting. It took us about an hour to figure everything out with all the logins and everything. So it's kind of a lot, but at the end, I'm already red. I'm so excited.
I know. So. We're big on the screen now too, so everyone can see.
Everyone can see that I'm red. Awesome. Anyway, we do want to make this challenge actually a challenge and do this in 20 minutes. So yeah, okay. My screen is the ChatGPT one. I'm going to be the one chatting with the bot, and LDF is sharing her screen where we are actually co-creating the piece. So we can also follow that along.
Yeah, so just also as part of this process, so we met 2 days ago, I think, and just took a couple of notes so that we would have a little bit of direction for what we were feeding ChatGPT, and so that we had some semblance of what the article that we're writing is supposed to say or do, so that we would have something valuable coming out of it that's not just the live stream itself. Because as entertaining as we are, it actually does take some time to put these things together. And so, yeah, we took a couple of notes here just about what we wanted to ask ChatGPT, gave ourselves a little bit of direction on what we're currently doing in terms of content creation and the tools that we're using to accomplish writing articles and making these videos in 30 seconds. And then we can get started with chatting. Do we have a first question in mind?
Yes. The first question is going to be how does storage work, to have a general understanding. And I also want to make sure that when we have this article, everybody who reads also has a basic understanding of okay, so if I upload a video to a drive or a cloud, where is that actually? And who owns that?
Easy to ignore, and then annoying when you run out of storage on Google Drive immediately after one video, and have compression problems. Yeah. So it is 5. Should we get started?
Yes. Okay, first question. How does storage work? Oh wait, I should have been more specific. That's so not specific. How does online? That was not a good move.
So hard. Storage is...
I'm sorry, little guy. I'm going to refresh.
It actually did say digital data, which is interesting.
Oh, okay. So it knew what I wanted.
It was you again. I remember you.
Online storage, also known as cloud storage, is a method of storing data on the internet instead of your personal computer or mobile device. This data is stored on remote servers that are managed by a cloud storage provider. When you want to access your data, you can do so from any device that has an internet connection by logging into your account with the provider. The provider takes care of maintaining the servers and ensuring that your data is safe and secure. Okay. Should we go deeper, or is this enough?
I feel like we need to go deeper. Yeah.
Uh,
I don't want to ask it about specific tools necessarily, but like,
I'm going to ask about storage providers.
okay. Hello, friends.
Hello.
If you're in our Telegram chats or if you hold any of the entities or any of the roles on the guild, you should join Telegram chat. Not that that's where we're going to post these most often.
Oh, yes. What we left out in the intro is that this isn't only going to be like a short piece, but it's also going to be a video that we create about the live streaming and how creating the content went down, kind of like very meta, but like content of creating the content. It's crazy, but I think it's gonna be
make content out of making content, which makes content.
Yes. Okay, so we did get an answer.
Okay.
Which is that some of the most well-known providers are Google Drive, Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive. These companies offer a range of storage plans that allow you to store different amounts of data depending on your needs. Otherwise, we could use, there's also Amazon, IBM Cloud, Object Storage, and Box. Many of these providers offer free storage for a certain amount of data, but may charge for additional storage for certain features. Okay, to me, my cheap ass thinks that we could use all of these for the free ones.
I was gonna say, for context, like we have in here, obviously, we use already kind of, we haven't used Dropbox, but like we're already using Google Drive. We have been kind of using the storage solutions on each of these tools, but like I already ran out of space on CapCut and had to delete everything. I already ran out of space on some of these others. But yeah, we've been like using the native storage within some of these applications until we hit a max. And that happened with Google Drive very quickly. So yeah, what were the other two? Like if we did Google Drive, which is already maxed out, and Dropbox, and what's the other one?
I don't know. Other storage work. Wait, so we have to kick it off though, because time's running. We're already 5 minutes in. I'm just copy pasting everything.
Okay.
Because these were our questions. This is what we can use to then digest into the normal content that we want to have. So we do have our kind of, this is good for, I feel like we do need an intro still, more about the goal. So expanding on our problem, or that, like what you just said, is that we already ran out of sharing our video files and for the editing, because both of us do editing. So whenever we record something, usually both of us, one of us makes like the long version of it, the other one makes like a short snippet trailer type of vibe. And then we also switch around with each content so we can both try ourselves at editing. So that is kind of our problem, is that we don't want to pay. Yes. And also that we run out of storage in like 5 seconds on cloud.
Yeah, especially because we're still experimenting, right? We're not necessarily like YouTubers. We're not necessarily like making a podcast. We don't have like necessarily a set cadence of this is the video file that needs to come out of a stream like this. We might end up making an article. We might end up minting NFTs. Those get posted on a lot of different platforms. We need kind of short form. We're still playing around. And so we also don't want to overly commit to one storage solution, one editing software. So I think it's partially being able to share files with each other, like you said, to be able to edit, but also partially we don't want to lose the raw footage that we have just because we finished what might turn into a YouTube video. So yeah, I'm going to pull this back up again, but like we have a lot of different types of content that we're creating, and a lot of these kind of have different mixes of mediums, views, like just, it's very collaborative in nature. So on that, like as we're kind of trying to come up with our ideal stack for storage and using GPT to help us get there, I feel like what should we follow up with on asking questions?
I feel like our next point right now, because I wrote our problem for the intro, I have our questions that we ask, which is basic knowledge about how does storage work online and what are the major providers for this. So the tools that we could be using. I think I might ask specifically for the tools. It might say the same thing or like same companies.
One of the things that I find super interesting that we keep running into is the fact that all of these tools want us to be enterprises just because we want to share accounts or like have multiple seats. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want the enterprise plan. I am not getting paid to do this. And I don't want to pay $50 to $100 a month for storage on my live stream that has 9 viewers right now. You know what I mean?
We do want to share, but we're not a IPO'd company. Okay, so we gave us kind of the same advice on the tools. So I think we got that covered. And we're 10 minutes in, so we got to pick it up. Our next point is our needs for sharing files for co-creation. What does a collective who co-create video content, because files are okay, like Google Docs do us a great service, Telegram does a great service for us for notes and everything. Notion is fine. We both already have accounts. I don't know if I pay for Notion. Probably not. Also, they made more things free. This is good news this week, that they like opened up a lot of new features from the paid to the free. Anyway, so what our needs are for co-creating mostly the video content, because that's the pain.
When we were like looking stuff up, like I looked up YouTube videos of creators who, but they're using like external hard drives, and like we need again to share them across the world so that we can work on them at the same time. Yeah, I wonder how specific this is even going to be able to get. To your point, because we're trying to skirt what it wants us to do is pay for more services. I wonder if the solution is going to end up being like, yeah, trying to use all of them.
Yeah, maybe. Could you put the typing up, or should we just converse? Actually, I think for one of the points that we really want is not lose quality of the video. So like the resolution should not be, oh, this is cool setup. Yay. Okay, so we don't want quality loss, no compression.
That's a really good point, yeah.
And then another one is we do want equal access to it. So for example, what Google allows us to do is both of us, well, we share the account, so it's fine. We can just share the password since there's no like identity solution to both of us share it normally. What else do we need? A really big amount of like speed.
Yeah, but even that, like I'm willing to compromise on to not pay.
Okay, so then that's actually not a need. We're patient. We're just poor. Okay. Free. It should be free.
Like, don't you dare show me a subscription, please.
No. And also, we also need, like, we need the content to live there for a year at least, or even more. Maybe longevity is a good word for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this is like it again. It's less about our needs. Well, it is about our needs right now, but it's more about the limiting factor of if we don't get this in place now, we can't. We would love to be able to record our screens all the time and have a bunch of raw footage, and every time we get on a call, have that be recorded.
Yeah.
Like, we're only exponentially wanting to record more things, so already running out of storage is a problem.
Yeah. So we do have, of course, we have like a Google Cloud account. It's 15 gigabytes, and we ran out of it in less than 2 weeks with like 6 screen recordings. So it's not sustainable for us. We need to find something else. So I think these are good needs. Yeah. What we don't need is the speed that we're willing to compromise on. Let's look into more of the stack, see what we would like. We already know Google Drive, so we don't have to look into that. Let's look into Dropbox and Microsoft OneDrive. You know what would be fun if somebody watches this and they're like,
you should use this.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is a perfect solution for you guys. And we're like, oh.
You're like, shut up. Actually, that happened, but I posted complaining about YouTube not being able to co-stream, and they were like, yeah, use Restream. Like, what are you doing? And I was like,
should we also look into, wait, what are you looking into right now?
I can look into whatever you want me to look into.
Okay, pick one. I'll look into Dropbox. That seems friendly.
Okay.
Also, we have 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
It's not looking good. We're
which one are you looking? Which one am I supposed to be looking up?
The Microsoft OneDrive. Okay, where's the plan? Solutions.
Free
Pricing.
account. Love to see that.
Hmm?
I said create free account. Love to see that. These plans and pricing. Oh
Okay,
god.
free plan on Dropbox is only 2 gigabytes. That sucks.
This is 5 gigabytes for free plan.
You. Okay, so Google's the best one for now. Okay, let me see the other plans.
Actually, these subscriptions are not terrible. Like when I see $19.99 and $69.99 and $99.99, I think it's a month, but it's a year.
It's wait, 69
Yeah.
for a year?
The one that they're trying to get me to do is the $69 a year is for 1 terabyte of cloud storage.
So
And
Dropbox
the
has
$99 a year is 6 terabytes of cloud storage. That's pretty good.
okay.
I
6
nod my
for
head like I
nine.
know what that means, but like it sounds like a lot.
Well, I know what my computer size is, and that's more, I think.
Is it? I don't think so. I think the MacBooks are usually like 1 or 2 terabytes, right?
Yeah, but you're saying 6, no?
6 terabytes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. Maybe this is not a better option. I can't really count. Wait a second. So there's a solution on Dropbox or a package that is 2 terabytes for $10 a month. So that's more than
$20 a year. Yeah, Microsoft is better. $100 for 6 terabytes sounds like really good.
Okay. That's okay. Then I'm good.
Also,
That's
again, I think it's so fun. We are so stingy, and then we spend that on gas in like literally half a second without even blinking. I'm ridiculous. I'm like, oh, 4 for an NFT today that Jihad sent me, like 0.25 ETH, no problem. Like $100 for 6 terabytes of storage. How dare you?
For all of our valuable quality content. We're like 100? No. Okay. Is it just us and Sass?
Probably.
Okay, let's have some notes. Let's put down some notes about this. So Google Drive is, we know, 15 gigabytes free.
We never even looked into the paid, did we?
Yeah, should we?
We were just annoyed that it ran out of storage.
I know. Can you Google it and then take notes about what we found about the other ones? Wait. Okay. So cloud storage pricing. Here's the pricing. Okay.
Yeah, we're on the same page, but it's like so confusing. What is this?
What? South Carolina?
Also, again, we hate SaaS, right? And we're like, oh, I don't want a subscription. Like, charge me based on use. And then they give me a chart like this to calculate usage, and I'm like, no, no, I don't know what this is.
Why is this not friendly? Okay, hear me out. This is what we always complain about. This is what we want. Pay for what you use with no lock-in.
That's what I'm saying. Like I complained, and then I'm like, wait, but I don't know what this means in terms of pricing.
Wait, but also how much is this? Okay, so it's $5.5.
Math is so hard.
But is this per year or?
I have no idea.
Oh my god. Okay, so conclusion, Google Drive. So we have to compromise something. I cannot figure this out, how much this is.
And part of
right
me
now
just wants to do the 6 terabytes.
Yeah, so the thing is our compromise could be creating a lot of Gmail accounts and using 15 gigabytes and segment our storage like crazy for free. Or
honestly, I feel like it's worth the $100 a year to not do that.
Or pay 100 and then have a ton of storage. But that requires that's conviction from our side if we're paying that. What happens if I don't pay it anymore? Does it just disappear?
Yeah, it's a yearly subscription.
And then if I don't pay,
I don't know.
One day it just disappears?
I don't know.
What happens?
I mean, if we split it, it's $4 a month. I think
which sounds okay. Ooh, okay, update. We already failed the challenge because it's been 23 minutes now.
On the bright side, we're coming around from our hatred of SaaS. This article is going to be riveting.
I know. I don't know what we thought, but it sounded cool when I formed it as a challenge because the point of this would have been to use ChatGPT a lot and essentially have it write most of our content and we just edit what it writes. But at the end of the day, half of it was us coming up with our needs
Yeah.
and then making a decision.
Which is AI can't do that yet.
No, and it takes 10 minutes apparently, which is not a lot of time, but when we have a 20-minute challenge, it is.
To be fair, I think the challenge idea was great. The ChatGPT addition to it was great. And I think we just need a new topic next time that we actually care about.
There's one more point that we wanted to do, which was our goal, is to find an optimal solution for that. But I think that was just kind of like picking one.
I know.
So it's not like an optimal solution. The optimal solution is just us paying for SaaS.
Platform lock-in for storage provider so that we don't have to use the piecemeal additions to all these other platforms that we're trying out. I think that is kind of the optimal solution. So I think that's fair. Maybe we're just a little ambitious, but like we did 3 things at once, right? We did our first live stream, we did a challenge, and now we have the content to come out of this as an article and a video and also a live stream. So like 2 successes and a loss, I'll take it.
Okay, true. You're right. But we also do have to be, I feel like this is our superpower. When we talk about optimizing co-creation, our output is one of that. And like we have to make this the standard that we have the most amount of content possible out of our hour and a half of rambling and then going live and figuring out how to go live and then rambling on live. Okay, let's have a closing. We always forget have
You're right.
Like an ending. We failed the challenge. We didn't finish it in 20 minutes. It's been 27 right now. And we do have our notes. We do have about like 80% of the article ready. We just need to like edit it up to be nice. It's a short one. It is more about discovery of storage solutions and us making a decision of picking one. We couldn't actually find a very optimal way of storing it other than paying for SaaS, which is tragic. I think what we'd like to do, inspire to co-create with ChatGPT, although the point of this stream was supposed to be that, but I feel like we went off trail of that. So we'll do another one and we'll figure out a pitch for how we want to how we want to reward you if you also do something similar like this and work with a lot of internet tools and experiment and be creative. See you later on that one.
Actually, these subscriptions are not terrible.
Free plan on Dropbox is only 2 gigabytes. That sucks. Is it just us and SaaS?
Probably. We hate SaaS, right?
Why is this not friendly? How much is this? Okay, so it's $5.5.
Math is so hard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we split it, it's $4 a month.
Well, I know what my computer size is, and that's more, I think.
Is it?
I can't really count. Wait a second.
$100 for 6 terabytes sounds like really good.